everyone, welcome once again to this live streaming. Today I will be showing you how we make our vanilla ice cream from scratch. Follow me step by step. I start by adding the milk to my pot. And then I add the sugar. I add half of the sugar for this recipe. And I'm going to use the rest of the sugar later. Here is a vanilla pod. I open the vanilla pod. I scrape all the vanilla beans if you want. If you like, you can call it beans or pod. I scrape the inside and I add it to the milk with also the stick, because it gives more flavor to the milk. Scrape it very well and then add it to the milk. I'm making a big recipe. That is why I'm using more. You can use less or you can use more. But for this recipe, I'm using 2 beans and a half. Add it to the milk. Then I'm going to transfer the milk to the stove and bring it to cook point. Then we will continue later while we do the other procedure. Now we start first by placing the milk on the stove. But make sure the sugar is melted or a little bit incorporated with the milk to prevent crystallization. That means you have to use your mixer to stir in the milk a bit, just to loosen the sugar to avoid crystallization. And then make sure your stove is placed on a medium heat so that the milk does not cook over. Okay, we are going to begin the next step. I have here egg yolks. So I'm adding my egg yolk to the mixer. The egg yolk has been split, and we only need the egg yolk for vanilla recipe. That means to make this delicious vanilla ice cream, we need 5 ingredients. That is the sugar, the milk, the vanilla pudding, the egg yolk, and later at the last point before we are going to make the vanilla ice cream, we are going to add the heavy cream. We don't cook our cream with the milk here. We make it separately. First the milk with the egg yolk incorporated to a sort, we call it ruba. We make it thicker until 80%, 80 Celsius, 80 degrees Celsius, and then we cool it off in the fridge for a day. Then we add the heavy cream before we make the vanilla ice cream. But this is the next process. So you mix the vanilla and the egg yolk a little bit. You add your sugar in 3 times. Add first the sugar. And you let the machine do its work. Then you add it the second time. The sugar already the second time, and now I'm adding the sugar for the last time. Then I have to continue mixing it till I have a kind of foamy consistency. So you see it's mixing now. You just keep mixing till all the sugars is dissolved. The sugar has to be completely dissolved. And then you have a kind of foamy egg yolk at the end. So it takes a couple of minutes. And if you don't have a mixer like this, you can also use a hand mixer for this purpose. It's just fine. Okay, you see what I'm telling you? Look at that. It has to have this consistency. You have to be foamy like this. So I'm showing you how you can make the perfect vanilla ice cream that you can deep freeze and even serve it to your guests for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days without having crystallization. This is a kind of ice cream that is very smooth from texture. because I have seen a lot of recipe online. I've seen a lot of recipe people are making. An ice cream should be creamy and it should have a creamy texture and not a kind of icy texture. With this ice cream, this recipe, you will have a very smooth texture ice cream at the end of the result. So I mix it just a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, we just allow it to be mixing till the milk come to boil point. It is not the meaning that the milk is cooked. We are just bringing the milk to a cook point before we add the egg mixture to the milk. So you can also check out the full recipe on our channel. We have the full recipe there where you can see all the ingredients. They has been listed in the description of this recipe. Check it out. And you can also check our other recipes also, where you see all other ice creams and all other sorbets and fruit ice cream that we have made also in the past. Make sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends and family, or to whom it may be useful. Thank you. So just allow it to mix a bit. Okay. Our milk is ready. This is what I'm talking about. The milk does not have to boil. It just have to come just to a cook point. Then you stop it. Now I am going to add the egg yolk and sugar mixture to the warm milk. And we call this a kind of pasteurization. So we bring the egg yolk, the sugar, and the milk to about 80 degrees Celsius. And with that, we can kill any bacteria that is found or salmonella in your eggs. And then it's free and healthy for everybody to eat. Except you are a vegan, of course, then cannot eat. So this is how we make that smooth and delicious texture ice cream. It is different than everything you have seen online. Okay, now I have added the egg mixture, the vanilla purge, and the sugar in the pot, in the same pot. That is the end result. That is what you have. So the next step now is to transfer this back to the stove, and then we are going to bring it to about 80 degrees Celsius. Of course, you have to begin with a medium heat, because otherwise, if it is too hot, if the heat is too high, there will be no time for you to bring it to the temperature of 80. It will begin to like becoming an omelette. To prevent that, it has to be on a very low heat. So, and if you are not a professional, I will advise you to use a thermometer, a cooking thermometer, to check the temperature, so that to avoid that the mixture become an omelette in a few minutes, or to avoid it in short. But like me, I can know when it's ready. But I advise you, if you can have a cooking thermometer like this, but I have also other thermometer, it doesn't really mean which one you have, to test the temperature exactly when it is just about 80 degrees Celsius. So we do it so in a circular mode. That is, with your spatula, you are just going all over the pot. Make sure that you touch every corner of the pot. Make sure that you are going every corner of the pot with the spatula. It is better that you use the spatula, because the spatula can stand the heat than anything or any plastic substance. So you know this can stand more the heat. So it's better you use this. It takes time. Just have patience, some patience. Keep stirring. And always in a circular mode. And make sure you are going everywhere around under the pot to prevent burning. I bet you this is so delicious. If you try this recipe, make sure you tag me and show me how you made it and the result. I will be very interested to know. Thank you everyone once again for turning on to our live streaming. We hope to learn you something in this episode also. Our aim is to share our knowledge and love and passion about food with you. We cook French Belgian cuisine, and we hope to inspire somebody somewhere who love our style of cooking. And we hope also to share our recipes with you. Thank you all. You can also leave your questions, and I will be glad to attend to it one by one, I promise. It start taking shape. I can see it already with my eyes, but then I will use my thermometer to measure the temperature to be sure, because it is very crucial that the temperature is right. We are almost there. Yes, I arrive at 80 degrees Celsius. So my mixture is ready. So now I will transfer it into a bucket. So you transfer it immediately into another bucket, a cool bucket, like what I will be doing here. So you add the vanilla purge, and everything should go into the bucket. So now I have bring the milk. This is the end result. I brought the milk to boil with half of the sugar used. I use the half of the sugar to mix with the egg yolk and brought it to a substance that we know called ruba. That is a foamy egg sugar solution. And then I added the mixture of the egg yolk and sugar back to the warm milk with sugar and vanilla pudding, and then I brought it to this temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. So the next now is to allow it to cool down in a room temperature to about 30 degrees Celsius, and then I will transfer it into my fridge and allow it to rest for at least 6 hours. But I am allowing it because it is not urgent, so I'm allowing it to rest for a day. So tomorrow I'll be showing you another live episode how to make the complete vanilla ice cream by adding heavy cream to this substance here and sieve it to remove every impurity, to give you that smooth texture of a perfect homemade vanilla ice cream. I hope you learned something new in this episode of homemade vanilla ice cream made from scratch. Thank you all for staying tuned and for tuning once again to my live stream. Love you all. Cheers. Bye. See you tomorrow in another news streaming. Bye.